I'm Healthy Emmie, I'm a nutritionist, and here are 5 metabolism-boosting foods I eat every single day. For each one of the 5 foods that I go through today, I'm going to be explaining to you from a scientific perspective how they support a healthy, fast, efficient metabolism. I'm going to break that down and explain it sort of in layman's terms with some metaphors to help you really understand what's going on with those foods in your body. And then I'm going to tell you exactly how I eat them every day. But before I do that, let me remind you that I am Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist, a weight loss specialist, and the creator of Slim. Slim is the platform where I give you a custom meal plan, custom workout plan, daily meditations, daily journal topics, and the Slim on Starch course so that you can finally achieve and maintain your ideal weight on a plant-based diet. To learn how you can join that, you can click the link in the down bar. And I'll see you inside. First up on the list is the food that may as well be considered my blood type and my relationship status at this point. It's cinnamon. There are 2 types of cinnamon, cassia cinnamon and Ceylon cinnamon. If you consume large amounts of cinnamon, like I do, you're going to want to stick with Ceylon cinnamon because cassia cinnamon, when consumed in too large of amounts, can actually be toxic. How do you know which type you're getting? When you buy your cinnamon, if it's labeled as Ceylon cinnamon, then it's Ceylon. If it's not labeled as Ceylon cinnamon, then it's probably cassia cinnamon, since that cinnamon tends to be cheaper. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, and cinnamaldehyde helps increase the body's thermogenesis process. Thermogenesis is the process by which your body burns energy, burns fat, sort of the motor that has your body going, the engine that keeps your body going. And if that's increasing, you're burning more fuel, that is your metabolism increasing. Not to mention, cinnamon also has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body isn't going to have to squirt out as much insulin in order to take food and convert it into energy and put energy into the cells. And when that's the case, when your body doesn't have to shoot out as much insulin, your blood sugar levels stay more steady and your body is more efficient at using fat for energy. AKA, you're burning more calories, you're burning more fat at rest. Think of cinnamon like the person that lives in your house or apartment that's always turning up the thermostat, aka that was me when I lived in my parents' house. In the winter, I'd always turn up the thermostat, and my dad didn't like that because that meant that the bill was gonna go up, the energy bill was gonna go up. We were gonna be spending more money because I kept turning up the thermostat. That's what cinnamon does. Cinnamon is turning up your body's thermostat so that you're gonna have to spend more calories, burn more energy. So in this case, it's a good thing. I would have been a great member in the cinnamon house. As far as how I like to enjoy it, my number 1 way for enjoying this lately has been through the peak tea that I showed you. If you're a part of this Healthy Hunnies community, you know my standards are sky high. It is very hard for a company or a product to impress me. But I have to admit, I have found a company that passes my test. That is not an easy test to pass. They also pass Healthy Mummy's test too. She actually just told me the other day that she just placed another order because she is as obsessed with this company as I am. The company is Peak. I have my new obsession, my morning drink here, my Le Ginger. I start my day with their Le Ginger and I end my day with the spearmint. This is unbelievable for digestion. I have been taking this with me. We've had 1,000,001 weddings. This has been the thing that's been helping so much with making sure that after dinner, when I'm on the dance floor, I'm not bloated. It's because I pack one of these with me. You don't even have to have hot water. You can put it in room temperature water and mix it in. These are a game changer. They are so convenient. I always have them in my purse. So you might say, well, Emmie, why don't I just go to the store or make my own ginger tea or, just buy some from the local shop? And I would not recommend doing that because Peak uses something called cold extraction technology to make sure that you get the maximum absorption from these ingredients. They are also unmatched in how pure the products are. Each batch is rigorously screened for heavy metals, toxins, pesticides. There are no additives, no added sugar, no gross stuff. And that's my motto is no gross stuff. And I have actually found a company that has the same morals and values and ethics that I do. So like I said, I start off my day with the Le Ginger because the Le Ginger contains organic Ceylon cinnamon, which we know there are 2 types of cinnamon, the non-toxic, which is the Ceylon, and then the one where in too large of quantities can be toxic, which is the cassia cinnamon. Yeah, Peak doesn't use the cassia, they use the Ceylon cinnamon. It also contains gingerol, so this is going to help with supporting your body's natural detox process in the morning, and also it's going to help you glow. It's going to help improve your metabolism because of the gingerol and the cinnamaldehyde that is in cinnamon. Perfect way to start the day. The perfect way to end the day, in my opinion, is with the spearmint. Both of these, though, are fantastic for supporting a healthy metabolism, digestion, your body's natural detox process. I truly cannot recommend these enough. Like I said, my mom just placed another order because she's obsessed too. And also, very exciting, Peak's never seen before Black Friday special is here. It is 20% off site-wide until supplies last. This offer is only available for a limited time. It does end November 24th, so make it happen, get your Peak. The other way that I've been enjoying it does wrap into number 2 here. There's also in my morning oatmeal and with my sweet potatoes. So that kind of leads into food number 2 here. Food number 2 is oats. I often get asked what type of oats are best. I truly believe that the type that you enjoy is the best one because you're more likely to stick to this way of eating in the long term. I actually use quick oats because I enjoy them the most. Yes, they're a little bit more refined. The fiber is a little bit broken down, but I really love them. And the food that you love is gonna be better for you to have an A- than to have an A, if you can get an A- for the rest of your life, as opposed to getting an A or an A+ for the next 6 weeks. I'd rather have you have something that, yeah, the rolled oats or the steel cut oats or the whole groats are nutritionally a little bit better, but it gets lost in the wash, the benefit that I'm getting for something that I don't enjoy as much. I love my quick oats. So I get the organic quick oats from Whole Foods. Now, oats contain something called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is a special type of fiber that has great benefits for keeping you full for a long period of time, but also it has benefits to our metabolism. Specifically, it improves lipid metabolism. Lipid is another word for fat, so the regulation of fat is going to be improved when consuming oats. You can sort of think of oats like a sponge in your stomach that's soaking up all the bad stuff, like the cholesterol, for example, soaking up the cholesterol, while at the same time providing you with a steady flow of energy so that you don't have these intense crashes and then you end up grabbing for things that are going to be terrible for your metabolism, those processed, high-fat, oily, sugary, salty snacks. I have these pretty much every morning, especially in these colder months. So the way that I prepare it is as follows. I take about a cup of oats and then I take an entire zucchini and I'll grate up the zucchini. I'll combine them together. So a cup of oats with an entire zucchini that's been grated up. Mix it together in a bowl. Throw in a little bit less than 2 cups of water, like a cup and 3/4 of water, a cup and a half of water, depending on how big the zucchini is. Put it in the microwave for 5 to 6 minutes. And then I add in a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, as well as 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder. I really like the taste that it gives. I'm not using it because it's lower in fat or anything like that. I just really love the taste that it gives to all of the oats. I added my cinnamon. I like to add in my cinnamon after it's been cooked. If you throw in the cinnamon before you cook the oatmeal, then you tend to actually lose the taste of the spice as it's been cooked. So it's a lot more potent when you add it in after. I'll add in some banana, and then I will also add in almond butter on top. I sort of spilled the beans here for what the next food is because I already talked about how 1, 2, and 3 all are incorporated in the same meal. Food number 3 is flax seeds, specifically ground flax seeds. It's very important that you buy your flax seeds whole and then you grind them yourself to get the maximum potency. If you buy them pre-ground, they're not going to be as potent, and also they might be rancid. So what I do is once a week, I'll get my little nifty tool here. I got this tool on Amazon for under $15, and you just take your whole flax seeds, you put them in here, you grind them up, and then I put them into my little glass bamboo jar because it makes me happy, and I put it in the fridge for the week. So I got a coffee grinder, and it's also said to be, a seed grinder on Amazon. Flax seeds are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids and fiber, which are going to help with regulating your blood glucose levels. They're also going to help with fat excretion. What is fat excretion? It's your body getting rid of fat. How do we actually burn fat? We burn it through sweat, we burn it through breathing out, and we also burn it through getting rid of it through bowel movements. And flaxseed is great for regulating digestion, making sure that you're having regular bowel movements, which is going to improve the amount of fat that you're burning and getting rid of. I sort of think of flax seeds like the cleanup crew with their little brooms. They come in and they help sweep out all the fat and get it out of the system. As far as how I like to enjoy my flax seeds, I have a tablespoon every morning in my oatmeal. Next up on the list is quinoa. Quinoa is a complete protein. What is a complete protein? So there are 9 essential amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and essential means that we have to get them from food. Our body isn't going to make it itself. When we are consuming foods, it might be the case that if they're high in protein, that they don't actually contain all of the amino acids. But if it's a complete protein, it contains all 9 essential amino acids. And quinoa is an example of a complete protein that contains all 9 essential amino acids, which means that it is vital in our muscle metabolism, muscle growth, and muscle repair. It also is a great source of magnesium, which is shown to improve our insulin function and energy metabolism. I think of quinoa like the multitasker. They are not only keeping your blood sugar steady because it's high in fiber, but they're also working on the muscles, making sure that those are repairing and growing as necessary, and also giving you a great source of energy and keeping you full and satisfied. So it's doing all these things. It is regulating your blood sugar levels with the fiber. It's working on your muscles. It's helping keeping you full. It's a great source of fuel and a great way to support a healthy metabolism. I have been enjoying these so much recently with my bowls from the Healthy Bowls cookbook. It is a great base. It's a slept-on starch. We often think of starch as potatoes and oatmeal and rice and sweet potatoes, but quinoa has been one of my go-to starches lately. And what's so great about the Healthy Bowls cookbook is that you don't have to follow the recipe exactly 100%. So if it calls for wild rice as the base, you could substitute with quinoa. If it calls for farro as the base or millet as the base, you could substitute it for quinoa. And it's a great gluten-free grain too. If you have gluten sensitivity or celiac disease, this can be a go-to starch for you. There are a lot of different types of quinoa as well. There is red quinoa, white color, there's tri-color quinoa, there's black quinoa. So you can get a great diversity as well to help with supporting a healthy gut. Now, I know I said earlier that cinnamon was my blood type, but if cinnamon wasn't a blood type, then this last food would be my blood type, and that food is sweet potatoes. Any type of sweet potatoes. These are the Okinawan sweet potatoes. They are beige on the inside, beige on the outside, purple on the inside, but there's also Hannah sweet potatoes that are beige on the inside, beige on the outside, beige on the inside as well, sort of yellow on the inside. There are the Japanese sweet potatoes that are reddish on the outside and beige on the inside. There's the classic sweet potato, the orange sweet potato that we know of that is orange on the inside. There are the garnet sweet potatoes. So there are so many different types of sweet potatoes that you can choose from. Now, sweet potatoes are a great source of vitamin A, and if you're getting those orange sweet potatoes, those are particularly going to be high in vitamin A beta carotene, which has been shown to be a key player in regulating your fat metabolism. They are also a great source of fiber, which is why I always say to eat the skin of the sweet potato, because that's where all the fiber is. And that fiber is going to help with blunting the insulin response. So when we eat a food that's high in carbohydrates, normally our blood sugar is going to spike. But if we also have fiber along with it, it's going to blunt that insulin response. And when you have something like sweet potatoes that has the fiber as well, it blunts that insulin response so that you don't get a huge spike in your blood sugar, which is going to lead to fat storage. So sweet potatoes are a great source of carbohydrates and energy. You have to have carbs in order to have energy and in order to survive. But when you have the fiber along with it, with something like sweet potatoes, then you're going to make sure that you get the energy without having the crash later on. Think of it sort of like you won the lottery, but you also got a financial advisor along with it to make sure that you are investing that money properly and that you're not going to blow all of the money. That is how the fiber acts within the sweet potato. So sweet potato is like winning the lottery and then getting a great financial advisor along with it to make sure that you're using that money responsibly. My favorite way to have sweet potatoes, I actually have some in the fridge right now, because what I like to do is I like to wrap them tightly in parchment paper and then tin foil, put them in the oven at 400 for an hour, 15 minutes, depending on how big the sweet potatoes are. Smaller ones, shorter amount of time, bigger ones, longer amount of time, and until they are totally, knife goes through them easily, a little bit gooey. Put them in the fridge overnight. Then the next day you can either have them cold or you can pop them in the microwave for less than a minute, 20-30 seconds to warm them up. If even that long, it might be shorter than that. So good. The resistant starch comes out when you put it in the fridge overnight, and they become so sweet the next day. It's my favorite way to have them. Okay, I'm getting up close and personal because there are 2 supplements that I have to tell you about to make sure that you are supporting a healthy metabolism. I will talk about each of these, vitamin B12 and vitamin D3, and how they relate to a healthy metabolism. Vitamin B12 is crucial with your metabolism because it's going to aid in the conversion of carbohydrates into glucose, which is the primary source of energy with your body. It also is going to support the production of red blood cells, which are essential for carrying oxygen through the body. And making sure that your cells have oxygen is the key to making sure that they have energy. Sluggish metabolism is a side effect of being deficient in B12. Don't just pick up any B12 at the store. This is the one that you want to get. I have it linked in the down bar. It is my B12 because it is clean, vegan, premium ingredients. It doesn't have any unnecessary fillers, GMOs, gross stuff. This is the highest quality one you're going to find. Now for vitamin D, which also has been shown to be linked to metabolism. Specifically, it has been shown to influence insulin sensitivity, which is what regulates our blood sugar levels. And low vitamin D levels have been linked to increased fat storage and a slower metabolism. So you want to make sure that you are not low in vitamin D. These are the supplements that I formulated myself because all the ones that I found on the market were disgusting. So I went ahead and made some that weren't disgusting, that don't have any GMOs, no oil, no sugar, no gross stuff, 100% vegan, clean, premium ingredients. You can get them linked in the down bar. Now, if you really want to rev up that metabolism, there are a ton of more foods that are going to assist you in doing that. And let me just give you a custom meal plan. So you just have to follow the meal plan. You don't have to worry about it. Head into Slim. I'll give you a custom meal plan, custom workout plan, depending on what your needs and goals and desires and allergies and availability to food is. That way we can get your metabolism revved up. We can also help your body get into rest and digest through the daily meditations and the journal topics. I'll get you all taken care of inside Slim. If you made it to this point of the video, comment fast and furious, because you got a fast and furious metabolism, baby. If you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the next one that pops up on the screen. It is going to be the golden rule to a speedy metabolism. So make sure you check that one out. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you inside Slim and in my next video.